All right, eighth grade. Good to see you, although I actually can't see you, but you can see me. And what I aim to do in this particular video, which you should be watching Monday, May 4th in the morning here, is to walk through our final 2 weeks of curriculum in this year. And you heard me right. I don't know if you've heard the news, but I've been informed now actually that our third week of the actual school schedule there, the week of May 18th, is going to be a spirit week with some online activities and fun things that we'll do. And I'm sure for some of us, it will be the perfect and ideal and very needed time maybe to get in some final work and things like that, or if something wasn't turned in or was handled incorrectly or something, that could be the time where we'll handle it. So that's what's going on here in these next few weeks then. The next 2 weeks are normal curriculum weeks. The third week is sort of an online spirit week. So I'm going to walk through then some of these lesson plans. You'll even see my eyes come up to my other screen here a little bit. But today, Monday, one of the first things you have to do actually is look over these remaining lesson plans and watch this video, and then also your study guide, okay? Seeing how here we'll finish out the remainder of the year. You're getting your study guide today for your final test, your To Kill a Mockingbird test, okay? That test is middle of next week. In fact, of course, my job right now is to talk through these things, so let me pull it up and we'll talk about it. That test is actually then next Tuesday. There it is, next Tuesday. Complete your Mockingbird test by the end of the day, it says on next Tuesday. So that is week 35, our last curriculum week on Tuesday. You're getting that study guide week 34 on Monday, so over a week. Now, part of the reason I'm doing that is because this test is just going to be a skills-based test. It's not going to be testing your memory, really. It's difficult to do in this kind of context, and the only thing you can use is the honor system in terms of people's following through or obedience to the rules and things like that. Well, another way, actually, to do the kind of test that we're looking for then is to say, let's test people's skill to read with understanding, to develop a profound thought about the big issues of life, the big issues in a book, right? And to express himself or herself through writing. So that's what you're challenged to do. Now, in the midst of that challenge, it can be quite nice then that we just get to open up everything, okay? It's open book, open note, right? This particular study guide that you're going to open here is designed to where Google Docs has auto-created a doc for each student. So you actually can use the study guide test preparation worksheet doc and just start responding on it. Type in some page numbers, a few sentences, just your quick response on some of these things. Maybe even as you finish out the reading, you can jot down notes and things that way. And then maybe as the time gets closer, you would go in there and type out some more fully and handle them that way. That's great. You actually get to do all you want there. You can go to the dinner table with your family and chat and have a good time that way, and say, hey, this is an interesting question I just thought of in To Kill a Mockingbird. Here is the obvious exception that you must not do. You must not have someone else actually write it or say, no, you need to say it this way, and something like that. Now, obviously, in a conversation or something like that, someone could say, I'm not sure that I would describe it quite that way. That would be the normal part of discussion, okay? But you can't have someone literally hand you the sentence or say, here, let me just write this down for you or something like that. This is your original work, and it will be tested for originality. It is your original work where you're thinking through these big questions. But I would even encourage you, discuss some of these big questions with other people. Obviously, if it's a family member or someone who's not read To Kill a Mockingbird, they won't know some of those particulars. But you very likely have family members who've read To Kill a Mockingbird. I know you have each other, and you've even talked about how you communicate with each other and text and do all that kind of thing. We've got a Google Meet tomorrow. So there are plenty of opportunities to have some of those discussions as well. So let me go ahead and move into the next day, the Google Meet. That is our last Google Meet. So you should be listening to this on Monday, May 4th. Tuesday, May 5th is our last class-wide Google Meet. We're not going to do one in the final week there. So if you have any questions, even in response to this video, that's a great place to bring those questions, a great time to look over those things together, and that's what we'll plan to do. You'll continue reading through the rest of your your written work at that time, which is To Kill a Mockingbird, which you've been working on for some time now. So that really should be set up pretty well for you. Hope maybe even you get to enjoy your favorite reading nook or a place where you've been working on this, and you'll actually get that done this week. Then on Friday, you will go through one more of our Grammar Friday times when I go through a video and explain those concepts. I hope that's been working well for you. You all been able to perform quite well. And I hope the Google Form style is working out well for you as well. One thing that's lost is not being able to literally move your hand across the page and draw arrows. But one thing that's gained is the fact that you get to see right afterwards some problems, maybe some things that are positively reinforced or negatively pointed out, that kind of thing. So you'll look into a little bit of Winston grammar there. Coming on to week 35 then, okay, you'll notice Monday is a day entirely for your preparation on the To Kill a Mockingbird issues. So you should have been preparing, hopefully in week 34 this week, writing things down and developing some thoughts and marking page numbers and all that, as you're required to do. Look over your study guide, have those things in your mind as you finish reading. But Monday is a day totally for that preparation. Some students may feel really prepared on Monday and really want to do it on Monday. Some of you may also think to yourself, hey, I can arrange my schedule in such a way that I can move this off of that day and not test on this day or that, so that could work very well for you, okay? So in that sense, go ahead and you could, if you want, do it Monday. It will be posted, it'll be available, but Tuesday is the actual day set up for your To Kill a Mockingbird test, okay? Then you have these grammar reviews, a grammar review on Wednesday and a grammar review on Thursday, okay? Same thing there, where you're going to have a post-test for your grammar on Friday. You also could take it on Thursday. Once again, I'm going to post it 24 hours early and give you that option, though it's not required. Now, your grammar post-test is going to be relatively brief. I expect that it'll take about 15 minutes at the most, frankly. It's going to be quite a straightforward test to walk through some of those concepts and make sure things are going well for you there. So that's the next 2 weeks, and I think they'll be great, simple, straightforward. I think you could have a great time even finishing out reading one of the greatest books of literature in To Kill a Mockingbird, and then finishing out what is some of your last formal grammar study there. And so I want to walk through some of those things and make sure that you've seen that. Hopefully that'll continue to be a great blessing to your work and your writing even going forward. Because like I told you, you won't stop with grammar in the rhetoric school. It will just become part of your natural everyday discussions with your writing teacher, right? When your writing teacher's talking you through what's going on in your sentences and paragraphs, all these words are going to be coming out. And they're the words we have to use to be able to describe what we're doing on the page. So there's your motivation to finish strong in your grammar as well. I love you all, miss you, and praying for you. And praying these last 2 weeks are a great experience for us all as we wrap up this year. Take care.